What the hell just happened?
Shit, that is not stopping, bro.
Dude, slow down.
Doing?
Hey, stay away from it. Slow down. Slow down. Dude, what in the world?
He's stopping.
Is he trying to stop or?
I don't know if he's trying to stop.
He's got his hazards on, so he's obviously.
My God.
Dude, what the freak?
I don't think he's stopping.
Why the hell does he have his hazards on? Was he like that coming on ramp?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
slow down, slow down.
Dude, that guy's not stopping. Is he okay? Is that person not gonna hurt the wing?
Day 2 of Orange Beach Truck Invasion. We got back last night after eating dinner, passed out, slept from like 6. Donnie slept from 6 all the way to like 7, 8 this morning, and then I slept and I woke up at like 9 to finish editing the video that you guys probably watched yesterday. Let's load everything up and head over to the show. First stop is the car wash. We gotta rinse all the pollen off and possibly do another quick wash, and then we can finally head over to the show.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way.
Nice.
How are you?
How are you?
Oh, okay.
Good to see you again.
Here.
Oh, you gotta check these taillights out.
All right, let's see him.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's sick. And that's for
That's a Tundra.
Tundra?
14 to 21 Tundra.
That's dope.
Chevy are gonna be same thing?
Yep. Same sequential. Yep. Similar style.
Oh,
Hey, that's
yeah.
sick, dude.
That's why it's so good.
I know you like that interior.
Let me see.
Inspiration for your C10,
Yes, it is.
possibly?
Look at the interior. And you know what?
That's clean and simple.
I already have that vinyl and that vinyl in New
Okay.
Jersey.
All right.
To buy vinyl.
That's a lot of framework we got to do, though.
To make it, to drop it this low?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That colors everything that's on. This is the type of shit that I would love to do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have the funds?
And I don't have the funds, but I have the dreams.
Dude, to build something like this, you would have to sell your Duramax.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Even just the brakes itself cost more than L5P delete. Just look at it. Willwood.
Yeah, this is a whole next level.
Dude, look at all the suspension work.
Damn. You see how everything is like freaking new?
And everything is so organized too.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, it ain't no bird's nest under there.
No spider webs. Nothing.
Yeah. Dude, that's
This is my style.
That's your style? Is it really though?
Yeah.
You sell your Duramax for it?
I don't think so.
This is different.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now, how do you open the door?
That's open.
When it's closed.
It's got door bumpers.
Oh yeah, look at that. The amount of work it goes into these lower vehicles is incredible.
Insane. There's like a whole new frame.
Yeah,
New frame.
and every single one of those lowriders got a remote in the middle like that.
Nice.
Obviously for like airbag system, but it's really cool.
Is it even lifted? Nah, reverse.
Built?
We can actually see the interior today. And look at the bikes. Even the bikes are like in mint condition. Look at that moonroof.
Yes. And everything else is painted. Just
Yeah, this thing's real cool.
it is amazing. Yeah, that you can jack it all up, shit in the back of the bags. Oh no, we took it.
So this is a 10-inch lift, FTS dually. Yeah, it's clean for sure. Everything's chrome plated. Control arms are chrome. There's a big old spacer between right here. It's got airbags. So this is a 12-inch lift on 40, so essentially the setup that I want on my truck. Now, normally I would think this is a huge setup, but after seeing all these big trucks at the show, this one just seems right. So could you imagine when I get home seeing my truck, just how small it's gonna look compared to all these other trucks? Donnie, that's a 12-inch lift on 40s. So my truck is smaller than that, but I feel like it's just as big.
It kind of looks like the same.
So
Is it 12-inch?
Yeah, so you're telling me my truck's way smaller than that.
The difference is not huge.
That's crazy. That's a huge truck.
Yeah.
That's how big I want mine.
The thing is, since the rear is lowered,
Yeah?
it looks smaller.
You
If
think the rear is
was
lower?
Higher, yes, it's definitely lower. And there's a huge difference, like maybe 2 to 3 inches difference.
Maybe.
So if you raise it, then it's
Yeah.
gonna be huge.
So I'm here with Mammoth GMC right here. Now this truck is really unique because it's the same company that built the lift for Stan, and this is the biggest 1500 I've seen. Can you tell us a little bit more about your truck?
Yeah, what's up guys? So this is a 2016 Sierra All-Terrain 1500. It's got technically the lift is a 14-inch suspension lift. It's got a 4-inch bucket, and I have the coilovers crunk an inch, so that gives it a 15-inch lift. It's got 14-inch drop shackles on the rear, so I added a 1-inch block onto the rear. The rear is actually 1/8 of an inch taller. So just wanted the truck to sit level. There's no body lift or anything on it. Everything drops to factory geometry on it. Smoothest riding build I've ever put together, ever. Yeah, the guys, it's all 1/4-inch thick steel. Like typically on Bulletproof and Cognito, you have separate front and rear cross members. This is one solid carriage under the front. Kind of a pain in the butt to do by yourself.
Right.
It's 200 pounds just for the front carriage, so
Right.
one side at a time on it. But it's a great build, man. I love it.
Can you tell us about like performance upgrades too?
Yeah, so I got so I have it re-geared 456. That's
Okay.
when I had 37s on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would probably switch back to 488s, but I do a lot of highway driving, so I think 456 probably is where it's at if you're gonna highway drive a lot. So it's got 40s, but it's tuned with a Diablo tuner, cold air intake. It'll burn out 40s easily, so it's good. It works there. I got the Cognito extended front drive shaft on
cool.
it, and I did extend the rear drive shaft by about 2 inches. Now my girl wants it to go bigger, so I have to get a new drive
There you
shaft.
go.
So I got the new Mammoth guards on here, and so with this, I didn't want like a blank spot right here where the upper control arms used to be. So I had my buddy at Alpha Omega make me an upper control arm delete, you know, and so I wanted the reservoirs to kind of mount somewhere different.
Right.
So the only thing I had to make sure the tires didn't hit this, and it doesn't.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it
because Third Coast actually maintains the factory geometry. They drop everything down.
Uses factory knuckles.
Exactly. So that's a blank space. That's how Stans is right here. It's blank. And the fact that you utilize that space looks really good.
Yeah,
it threw me off.
Yeah, it throws everyone off. They're like, why is your Fox coilover mounted to your upper control arm?
Yeah, exactly.
No, it just takes you a minute.
Yeah.
It's muscle memory.
Yeah, exactly.
You're used to seeing an upper control arm. So I like it, throws you off.
Yeah.
But, you know, it serves a purpose though. And I like this being mounted out here like that. So I'd like to see more things like that. Maybe JW Motorsports Co. make something that does
that'd
something
be cool.
like a different option to mount your upper control, your reservoir there.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm waiting on are the rear coil, the rear reservoir shocks, but you know Fox is on back order.
Okay.
End of April. That's the only thing I'm really adding to it. So, but yeah, the extended drive shafts on the front and the rear. It's re-geared. Diablo tuner is a big deal, man. I've noticed a lot of guys don't do that on their 1500s, and that made, I mean, a massive performance steal on the truck. So eventually, I think, you know, when this motor's done, I want to swap it to a 6.2.
Yeah.
But for now, like, it's, you know, it keeps me out of trouble. Let's just put it that way.
AFM delete. That's a huge.
Yeah, it is. Especially that transmission shift change.
Yeah.
When you change that changes everything on the truck.
That's cool.
And, you know, there's been a lot of tranny issues, and maybe that's why I'm not having any issues, because I took out, that whole 4-cylinder junk. Yeah, that's all gone. So when I tell it to go, it goes.
Nice.
You know, for a 5.3 1500 on 40s, I don't have any complaints with it at all, man. So, then I had Boost Bars make me the grill. They're out of Canada.
Okay.
Texas tow mirrors on it. I love those guys. And then you've seen that dude on Instagram, the OF2GX, I forget. He makes all the emblems for me. So, I got the hood plate. And then in the back, I ended up having a spare tire. There's a blank space for that.
Yeah.
So I designed and had my buddy make that for me, since I don't have air horns.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You're the king of utilizing blank spaces.
I hate dead space. You know, something's there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's NY. That's, you know.
Oh yeah, Gen Y.
That's the bomb there, man. And then Stryker, I did have to make me a. Well, they already made it. They don't make them for 1500s typically. So I asked them about a rear axle truss, because, you know, 1500s, y'all with 3/4 tons, the rear ends are kind of full on their own. Half tons need a little bit of room. So that's for 2500, but it does fit on a 1500.
Another example of utilizing blank space.
Yeah, it's all about filling that blank space.
Oh yeah,
man.
exactly.
That's it. I love the truck though. I'm really happy with it.
Cool,
So,
I like it.
Yeah. As a guy that loves a 2500, and used to make fun of guys that lifted half tons, now that I have one, it's a different world.
Oh
I love it,
for
man.
sure.
It's awesome.
Sure you don't want to smoke him one more time?
Nope. Let him be. Dude, and he keeps coming back. He's right behind me. He's offended.
We might have to smoke him one more time, dude. Oh, he's right behind you now.
He's behind. I'm like, dude, why don't you just stay back and relax?
Because I
not a big deal.
I totally didn't get it on film, but Donnie smoked this Cummins.
It's a Chevy. So just relax. I know.
Yeah. That's an older guy too, I think. But he was like parked. He was like right next to us, like loping his engine. And
the whole time.
Yeah, and then we didn't even know he wanted to race, and he like took off. We're like, all right. So at the next light, Donnie raced him, smoked him. What's he doing? Is that him?
No, that was
Oh.
that other truck.
This dude is determined.
Right behind?
He is determined. He's right behind us.
I don't get it.
I guess, I mean, I'm used to seeing this, you know, seeing Cummins behind you. Where else are they going to be, you know?
Yeah.
Not in front of us. That was it for the Orange Beach Invasion Part 2. I will say, Orange Beach Invasion Truck Show was probably one of my favorite ones so far because I really like the setup. I like how it was in a little township area with shops around it. So if you ever got thirsty, hungry, or hot, you can go to those shops, replenish, cool off, and whatnot. And it wasn't huge. It wasn't really big to the point where you had to walk around so much to see everything. You could probably see everything in about an hour, and you're pretty much good to go. But it was just a really good place to hang out for everybody. Caliber of the builds were very impressive. There were some really nice vehicles, and that's one thing I liked about it. It was definitely quality over quantity. There weren't as many trucks as I thought it was going to be, but all the trucks that were there were really high quality builds. And also, it wasn't anything crazy. It was a really chill show. Definitely think I will go back next year. So let me know in the comments below if Orange Beach Invasion was a show that you've ever been to. This was my first time, and I really enjoyed the time out there, and I plan on going back. We will be installing a bigger turbo on my L5P Duramax coming up next. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Like, comment, and subscribe.